Huh?
Nothing. Alrighty, what is the plan today? Probably just same old, same old. Get through my reposting and taking a look at what prices look like. 7 a.m. on a Saturday isn't exactly a good time to sell, though, so we'll see what I do from there.
We will not repeat our history. Thank you for sharing. Do you seek knowledge? We have been scattered so
God, whoever is doing this is freaking just wrecking shit.
Yeah.
Like hard to even tag anything. only problem with the siege being over here, as the storm is over here, is that people do the siege and then no mobs come up because we took over the place.
Yeah.
This is now the second time that I've been over here. And it's like, cool, the siege happened, now we own it, now nothing is gonna spawn and it's a wasted storm.
Gosh, I just need some more points. I'm so close to making some things that look decent. This blasting powder looks profitable.
Yeah, I need to stop putting the storm over here. Stupid.
Let's track that recipe. Make a small amount of that stuff, I think. Test it out.
My wares were made with knowledge.
Oh, look at your little donate button.
Oh, there's a donate button there now? Oh, cool. Let's go. Let's do like 100.
Oh, people can show their support and send. It'll like send out a sticker in chat.
Yeah. It's called like a super chat and everything. Let's see.
Yeah, super stickers,
5
super
point.
chat.
5.5.
Good morning, Bridget.
Hey, Bridget, how are you?
Grow in wisdom.
Or they can physically just donate and send you a message. That's cool.
Stream just starting. Folks will show up eventually. How are you this morning? Let's go ahead and use that. So now I can actually inspire proc. There we go. That's what I wanted. Or can it? Am I 1 point off? No, I need 58 and it'll give me 67. Okay, I'm good. Alright. How much of these am I really going to get?
Oh, poop, I wanted to level with the storm, but that's not gonna work now.
All good here. Not normally online this early. So it's pretty nice to see this stream. Yeah, approximately where do you live at? We're on the west coast of US, so for me it's quite early, 7 a.m. But you know, when you're used to waking up early for work, this is just when I get on the weekends, so
Yeah, we usually stream every Saturday morning.
mostly gold related, but I do a bit of everything. It's Omar.
Hello!
Good morning, Omar. Yeah, let's make that gold, Omar.
Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa, so it's 9 a.m. there. Yeah, no. West Coast, so it's much earlier. Which would explain why I have such a big audience I mean, I don't have a big audience. That's not what I mean. But like, the audience I do have seems to be a majority of EU, and it's because I stream and do stuff at weird times. But I like how you're complaining that's early and it's 9 a.m. Oh, and you wake up at like
Like halfway
5:30.
through my day.
Like when you wake up at like 5:30 in the morning for work. Yeah, like 7 o'clock in the morning, getting on playing some games. That's kind of how it works.
Sleeping in for us.
9 a.m. would be oversleeping, not sleeping in.
No, I meant now. Like 7 o'clock.
Alright. I was just testing the waters with this craft. It cost me like, what, about 7,000
Our
gold.
flight has much to
I just kind of wanted to, well, I mean, hell, that's 8,000 gold by itself, and then this is another 1,600. Alright. I wonder if I have to babysit this or not. Let's just post. I don't want to do it for 24 though. Or 48. Gold's gold. Let's post that. That makes like 2k. Whoop-dee.
Come see me again.
Alright. Moving on. 6:30 on weekdays. I can't like differentiate my weekdays to my weekends. As much as I would like to sleep in a little bit, my body, I swear, on the weekends I can wake up easier than I
I was
can
just
on the
gonna say.
weekdays. Weekdays I want to keep sleeping in and it's hard to get up, blah blah blah. And then the weekend gets here and my body's just instantly awake. Instantly awake when it's, you know, when I'm usually supposed to be. Oh, you want your grandbabies? Yeah. I can't sleep late. I can't sleep late. It's not something I can do.
Even if I would try to, even if I'm just like, oh, I'm not going to turn the alarm on. And then just sleep in. We're usually awake anyway.
Pretty much.
My body usually wakes up in a panic if it hits like 7 o'clock. Because I feel like I'm overslept.
We have been scattered.
3-year-old Irish twins.
Aww.
Cute. Alright, so this character has all of its quests and shit it has to do, it looks like. Oops, I don't want to equip that. What am I doing? I get some gold making done. Get some crafting. Get some of my weekly quests out of the way. I have a lot of characters done by this point in the week, but now I can kind of focus and get other things caught up a little bit.
We will
As
not
you can see up in the
repeat
corner, this
our
character hasn't done
history.
like anything, and I can tell that it has both of its, or all of its quests for the week that it hasn't done yet.
I love getting the grand hunt done when I'm just flying over the area.
That is nice. What do you play, Bridget? You're watching a WoW stream. You must play.
Go and use them.
Okay, let's take a look at what this character can do. So this is my character who can do Blue Silken Lining, which, holy shit, looks fairly profitable this morning. Man, maybe I should pump some of these out. I mean, I know it's relatively early.
Take all the time you need.
Let's take a look at the spec. So there's not a lot I can do. I may not be able to pick up the rest of my inspiration this morning.
Hey, Apes.
Hey.
Well, thanks for remembering.
Oh yeah, thank you. So
We're
those...
doing her birthday party today. Her birthday's tomorrow.
Yeah, her birthday's technically tomorrow, but we're doing her birthday party today. And yeah, these look really profitable right now. Gosh, I really wish I could hit the next tier, but I don't think that's possible at all. Well, it is like if you use like tier 3 lining and shit, which actually might not be that bad of an idea. I would need some more skill points. I would need to upgrade the Wilder Cloth coat, which I haven't done yet. I can go see how much that is. Wonder if anybody out there can make it. I'm sure somebody can, right? Somebody has to be able to make it. 'Cause that would be huge. Huge. Just trying to do some quick math in my head. I'm seeing that I have 77 skill. I know this is telling me that I'm only like 50 or something off, but that's not quite right. Like, what if I bought like one Azure Bolt? Let's just buy, because I can always sell it back to the auction house, right? So let's just buy like a tier 2. First of all, even tier 3. Let's look at the difference. First of all, the prices are falling dramatically for that kind of stuff. Well, let's take a look at what this shows me. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm 75 off of tier 2. I'm only about 40 off, 41 off with a tier 3. That's not too bad. I might be able to come up with that. Now it's showing negative profit. So the profit of this changed dramatically since I just bought the stuff. But anyway, so I need to come up with approximately 40 skill. Can I do that? Well, obviously I have 23 I can get here. I have 10 I can get because this is an epic one. It's actually plus 10, I think. I can go double check that. So technically I can get up with 33, but I would need what, 41 I said? 41 skill somehow. That's still pretty close. And then you just need to come up with about 20 skill somewhere. I don't think I have anywhere in... I don't think any other point would help with the skill, though. Aww.
Testing, testing.
Oh, you're testing the super chat?
Oh, it's so cute.
She's testing it because we got partnered, so I'm sure you guys all know that. So I can finally have things like that. How wonderful. Alright.
I just wanted to see how it works. It's super easy. It's pretty cool.
Anyway, yeah, so 23 plus 10, yeah. Gosh, that, like, bothers me. I can get within, like, 9 points. But I don't know of any other way, unless there's a random small node that would give, like, skill to everything. Which I don't think is the case. this is just bolts. That's not bolts. Unraveling skill. Actually, getting +1 skill per point in making and using Azure Weave. That uses Azure Weave, doesn't it? This uses Azure Weave. Which means, if I can get some points in here, we can actually make this straight up. We can actually make this straight up. There's 30 points here. There's a minimum of 30 points here.
You got any tips for gold making on a brand new character?
Ooh. Meaning like your only character on the server, or what? It's actually totally worth working towards.
My goods are crafted with great care.
Like, is it like just flat out your only character? What do I need? Oh, this is easy. Let's put in an order for this. If any character needs it, I think it's this one. I don't know if anybody can make that. I'm assuming somebody can.
Do you seek knowledge?
Let's put in our order. Oops, that's not what I want. It's also not what I want. Go away. So yeah, you gotta give me a little bit more. Is that like your only character on the server? Like, are you starting with 0 gold completely? Yeah, give me some more information. I guess those Azure Weave bolts I bought. Really just want the skill, so. Got a main, but leveling a new one. But like 100k on the server. Okay. What does your main do? What are your mains professions?
You are in for a treat.
There we go. Let's put that order out there. Like 3,000 gold. Maybe somebody will take it and make that for me. Weapons with blacksmith, gross, and just started leveling and enchanting. Okay, so you haven't really put much time into your professions, is what I'm hearing. What are you wanting to do? Oh, so you're wanting to do weaponsmithing, right? So is it because you're wanting to make your own weapons for like your own characters? You know, through like the personal work order system? Is that why you're doing that? Hey Neff, how are you? Good morning.
May your days
Hey
be
Neff,
joy.
I'm glad you're here. Something I wanted to talk to you about. Pay attention for a moment. I was looking at blue silken lining, and in particular, I was looking at my skill with it. 284 out of 325. I'm only like 41 points off. Your mic is picking me up a little bit. I have 23 points left in tailoring, right? I can also get 10 here. That's 33. I'm only like 8 or 9 points off of being able to craft it straight up at tier 3. And if I go into the specialization, because it's something that uses Azure Weave, these points here, each of these is +1 skill when making and using Azure Weave. I actually think you can make blue silken lining straight up T3, which is pretty big gold if you ask me. So that's what I'm currently working on. Okay, it was my idea, yeah, but much to make there, so I wanted to start fresh. Okay. Okay, so here's my opinion, Fabian, on blacksmithing. Blacksmithing is only worthwhile if you want to make stuff for yourself, like in terms of weaponsmithing and stuff. The going the alloy route isn't even really that worth it right now. Blacksmithing is like one of the one professions where I think if you didn't get on it early, it's definitely not worth it for like any casual. Um, it's just not worth having. Now, that's not to say if you're somebody who's into gold who just kind of wants to have everything. Like, I haven't done my blacksmithing yet either. It's the only one I haven't. I will, and I'll keep up on it. That way, later in the future, I can make gold on it. But if you're looking to make gold, that is not where you want to be right now. Now, okay, I'll show you my tree. That is where you want to be right now. Now, not where you want to be, excuse me. Enchanting is a little bit of the same story. Enchanting is very, very, very hard to make gold with right now. You kind of... Now, you can make gold in enchanting, but the margins are really low right now. I would not suggest it. If you're looking to make gold, you're probably going to get a little bit flustered. A little bit frustrated. If... You know, you said you only have like 100k, so you're somebody who maybe doesn't try to make gold or struggles to make gold, one or the other. I would shoot towards of more sure things. And then, yeah, there we go. Those are all my points. You don't comprehend? Well, I have 30 into textiles, 30 into embroidery. This character was made to do that blue silken lining.
Excuse me.
30 here, and then I have 30 in the main tailoring. Then I started shooting for the inspiration because I thought I needed those inspires. But now that I look at it, I don't. If I would have went Draconic, saved some points and went Draconic, once I hit 75 and started pumping into Azure Weave, I'd be able to make those straight up with T3s. So now I'm kind of upset with myself. I mean, there's 23 points in the tailoring skill I need to somehow get. I definitely need to get my upgraded purple chest, but it is possible. It is possible to make that. I have more points than you and about 80 less skill. Yeah? I don't know, man. I'm skillful. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, I was just looking at that, and I'm like, wow, that's totally possible. Anyway, Fabian, I would stick towards... honestly, working on cooking. Believe it or not, cooking can make some pretty small but good margins, where if you're just looking to make a buck, you know... I did it at the start of the stream, and I looked in engineering, and I was like, I can actually go show you that. I need to get some quests done on this, but let me go show you, because I can. If you're still here, Fabian. I've been working on this character since like week 1, though, and I've been keeping up with it mostly, Neff. I'm just going to give you an example, Fabian. You don't have very much gold at all. You need to pick things that are kind of sure things. So like, looking at engineering, for example, here's one. I've made videos on it, but like, in the first one, the optimized efficiency, you only have to get 5 points in, and then you just do 20 points in the scrapper. In other words, you can pick this up and level the profession and basically instantly have enough. Zap Throttle Soul Inhalers don't require that much to make. Like, let's bring mine up. Let's bring mine up. Let's go to the auction house. You have to check this is a server specific good, right? So it might be different on your server. I would take a look at what they're selling at. But this character made almost all of its gold, which doesn't have a lot. It has like 350,000 or something. It's made all of its gold just by making zap throttles. I make like 2, which right now they're really cheap to craft. They're usually like 2k more than that. But right now this shows like they're like 2.6k to craft, and they're selling for like 12k. I make 2 of them and I post them. I have a couple up right now. I make 2, I post, and I go away. Right? It's just, they sell. I haven't been undercut. Like, I posted these like 40 minutes ago and I haven't been undercut yet. It's a small thing that is kind of just like guaranteed profit that's slowly making me gold. You need to find things like that, and there is options. I think cooking, you know, is an option. Even stupid stuff like I did it earlier, making where'd it go? Making blasting powder. Blasting powder, for me at least, you know, is profitable. I spent what did I spend? Like 6,000 gold, and then I was gonna get back like 8.5 or something. You know, just by doing a small batch of this. I'm noticing things on engineering being okay if you're spec'd correctly. I would say that the zap throttle is just... The zap throttle doesn't change, right? Let's see. As in, you don't need to hit it 2-star, 3-star, nothing like that. Doesn't matter what quality goods you use. You just use the cheapest crap you can find, and you just make it and put it up. Like, it is so brain dead easy. There's no thought required. You just make sure that you're getting a profit from it, and you move on. That's kind of why I totally suggest that. But there's other things like that. Like, let's say I was going to have an alt army, and I did not give a shit what my professions were. I just wanted to have gold income. What would I do? Now, I tell you what, I would at least have one character that makes zap throttle, like I do here. And I just like keep 2 on the auction house, like at all times. And they almost always sell every day. And if you don't believe me, I'll bring them up. Here we go, zap throttles. I've sold 40 of them. Right? I've sold 40 of them. Not a lot in the last day or so. And then a couple days I wasn't keeping up on them. But in the last month, you know, I've sold 40 of them. It's made me 550k. At least half of that is pure profit. It's probably a little bit higher. It's probably 300 plus k profit from one item, just posting it. So that's one thing I would suggest. Another thing I would suggest is Azure Weave build. Granted, that seems to be tanking pretty hard right now, but like, let me go take a look at like my main character. That's not my main. One of my characters that can do it well. Inscription is quick to set up as well. Could have it up and running by Tuesday. For what specifically? Runes? That's actually one of the things I don't have set up, because again, there's just too much crap to do. Anyway, if I go to this character and take a look at Azure Weave, right, you can see right now, based on current prices, like I'm making average profit per craft. The tier 2 is losing just a little bit of gold. The tier 3 is gaining a decent amount. This character has the multi-craft, which is kind of needed at this point. This character is also just flat out boosted on getting to the Azure Weave, which you don't need. Actually, you just unlock this tree and put 1 point here or whatever, or just unlock this and you can technically make it. But what you need is to get Azure Weave to the point to where your skill, like you can proc it with inspiration. The number one thing you got to do is unlock this tree of 30 into inspiration. You unlock this first. Once you unlock max inspiration, then you just need enough skill to where your inspire proc will give you T3. So if I go back to it, you can see inspire proc would give me 213. So I need to make sure that my skill's at 212. If my skill's at 212 and this will give me that means when I inspire, it'll hit T3. I technically have more than enough skill. But that's essentially what you do, and then there's little things you do after that. Then once you hit 75 in the profession, then you can go here and go the multi-craft, so on and so forth. But it's one of those easy things to set up that like I get on once a week, maybe a little bit more. I make like all 30 and I net, at least the last couple weeks, on the couple characters that can do it, it's like 150 to 200k profit crafting one time a week. Don't forget, today is the last day for Darkman Fair. That actually should be a part of my thumbnail today. Just because I thought about it when I woke up and I was like, hey, everybody, what do I want to put on my thumbnail? Oh yeah, don't forget, last day Darkman Fair. I've done it all on all my characters. So that's another thing that I would potentially set up. Again, I think cooking is definitely valuable. I think most professions, there's smaller things. Like I can come through here depending on the character And like right now it's showing me that hell, Vibrant Wildercloth is somehow profitable. That doesn't normally happen. Let's see, what's another good... Nah, if I'm forgetting some easy ones. Azure Weave, what was the other one that we talked about yesterday? You and I just talked about this. Like, oh, Alchemy. Let's look at that. I just thought of it. Hopefully you're sticking with me. I'm a little bit all over the place this morning. Yeah. Yeah, you called it. Transmutes. So, Fabian. The cloth, the tailoring stuff is changing a little bit. To where it's always been my number one suggestion, but it's kind of volatile right now. I think having somebody who can make Zap Throttle, if it's even profitable at all on your server, is exceptionally valuable. And then the other one I would point to is you can have every character having Alchemy just by having the transmute, right? You don't even have to spec into it. Like, specking into it actually does you, like, nothing, really. You get some resourcefulness to where you can essentially have a chance to save a little bit on, like, rousings and stuff. And then once you get it maxed, it can technically, you can learn how to do it more often, which might be working now, but, like, at the start of the expansion, that wasn't working. Like, it wasn't giving me back my crafts quick enough. This is something you can jump on every other day and turn, in this case, this is turning 272 gold into whatever the market is on these. I actually need to do it, so I'll do it and show you. But this is like another one that's like every couple of days, and you just make a small amount of profit. Guaranteed few thousand. So let's take a look at it.
Do you seek knowledge?
I'm guessing airs are the best. And not just that, there's... So airs are 598, earth is 4, so it looks like air is the best one to do today. And that's the other thing is, like, the transmute, like Awakened Air, Awakened Earth, those are kind of the two best ones. And you just do whatever one's the most profitable. And then you're like, well, I don't have the transmute thing. Well, a lot of times you can find them on the auction house. Like, here's the Awakened Earth one, which is profit 2. It's up here for 50 gold. So, it's not hard to get the recipe. Now, transmute Awakened Air, it looks like I can do 10 of them, as you see here. So I need some frost and some air. Let's actually... Let's do it this way. Let's try to get a reasonable, like, how much does this cost? That's $825. That's basically $1,800. So that's 26, almost 2,700 gold. It's basically like 2,700 gold to do 10 of these right now. How many do I need? 4 and 2. And the best part is, it doesn't matter what your spec is for alchemy. As long as you have the transmute open, you can do it. You just can't do it as often, and you won't have the resourcefulness. Oh, I guess I gotta get it out of the mail, don't I? But these seem to come back pretty quickly. I feel like I can do these damn near every day. I don't know why. Here we are. Transmute air. So I can do 10 of them now. Do I have any airs on me? I don't think I do. I have 11 of them. So let's see how many I get here. And if you have multi-craft, this is also a great thing to use. Like if you have another tool, which I don't, but having a multi-craft tool, very helpful. Multi-craft with like resourcefulness enchant. Or, yeah, like that would be super strong. Actually, upgrading your shit would be better too. But this is a good way to see basically not having... Resourcefulness didn't proc for me at all, which is insane, considering that I have 30%. But how much did we make? We made exactly 20 because we got no extra procs. 20 of these right now is 8,000 gold. If the market is actually only at 400 gold, if that's true, then that's 8,000 gold. So that we just turned, what, 2,600 I said, or 2,700 into 8,000? And I can do that like every day or two. Think about having 5 or 6 characters that can do that every couple of days. You know, it's just one of those other small things
My wares will
that add up. What are they going at? Yeah, that's a little over 8,000 gold right now. It's easy peasy. So apparently I don't do anything on the tune. The cooldowns will reset faster. Yep. Exactly. I've noticed that. Like when I just don't mess with the characters, there's actually times where it doesn't seem like it's cooldown. The cooldown is coming back very quickly. And then... Oh, I opened up the wrong thing. No wonder I can't find it. Like the cooldown doesn't come back very fast. And then all of a sudden I just don't touch the character for 2 days. And I come back and all of a sudden I can do them all again. And the good news about the transmute stuff is this stuff sells like instantly. I wouldn't be surprised if everything I put up sold.
has much to offer.
Well, all the airs I did sell. Now there's some of those there. And actually those are starting to sell. So there you go. Now, this is mostly for Neff, but something I did yesterday, which right now doesn't look to be smart. I actually went and bought like 1,000 Awakened Airs for like 450k or something. And I'm just sitting on them because I'm hoping that the quest, it went away, right? The quest for people who were farming it. I'm hoping like Tuesday that the price might spike again. And that this like 400 gold per might be a good time to buy. I'm hoping. I could be wrong. But I didn't spend that much. I think like putting like 500k or something on the line isn't too bad. So I just bought a bit and I'm going to sit on them. And I'm hoping that these spike back up to, 6, 7, 800 gold, 900 gold again. And then I can just dump the 1,000. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, the problem is there's been a whole week of people farming this shit. I might even have to sit on them for longer than that. I might have to sit on them for a week and a half until some of this... I mean, look, there's 20k here at this number. I mean, I might have to sit on them for a while and let some of this shit burn off. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I took a risk. I thought it might be a good idea. But that's why I only bought 1,000 of them. It's not... I'm good for the gold. It's gonna make my gold income look really bad this week. Because I think I've only made like 500k this week, so... Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna buy 18k airs. I bought 1,000 of them. It cost me 450k, that's it. Like, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna sit on it, and I'm gonna wait. I might be waiting 2 weeks, but that's something else I was doing. But anyway, Fabian, I highly suggest transmutes, because you don't actually have to be spec'd. You don't have to be spec'd in here or anything. You just have to have the recipe open, and that's it. There's things that can help it, such as going the transmutation route for more resourcefulness. You could even go the actual resourcefulness, which is this node here. If that's all you wanted to do, you can technically go resourcefulness here to help you save. You could run a tool, a multi-craft tool with a resourcefulness enchant. That would help, and it wouldn't cost you that much. And then just those kind of things alone would help you net. Like as you saw, I got 0 proc, 0 anything, 0 extra bonus help, and it was still 2,700 gold into like 8.5k or something. So it's just one of those small things that if you want just quick, easy gold, that's what I would suggest. If you want to get big into crafting, like crafting, that's a whole nother conversation. But being that you said you only had 100k and like your main character, you kind of are doing professions, but you don't have them maxed and pushed or anything, I think you should stick towards the casual side. And I mean that not negatively, by the way. I'm not trying to be negative with that. I'm trying to I don't want you pouring your heart and soul into going weaponsmithing right now, because you're not going to make the gold. You're just not, if that's what you're looking for. But there is smaller crafts to do. That's 3 of them. Transmute takes a little bit more effort, but setting up a spec for the tailoring cloth. The zap throttle. There is a few small things like that that are totally profitable that you do either once a day or a couple times a week that you'll just generate income. It is K-Check. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe you're in my chat. Welcome, how are you? 1k gold to set up and makes the gold back in 2 minutes later. Absolutely, transmutes are insane. If you're a casual, hit up those transmutes. I highly suggest it. The other thing I would suggest is something I'm going to be doing right now, even I still do it, is the combatant gear. Now, the best thing about it is the combatant gear is server specific, right? So, your gold you can make doing it could be different than my gold. Could be better, could be worse, but if I go through here and I show you, using CraftSim just for a reference, almost all of these are small amounts. 13,900, 1,200, 13, 2,300. They're all small amounts of profit. And I keep them stocked. And I keep them stocked every single day. I check once or twice a day. I remake stuff and come post it back up. And it sells like crazy for me. I can't tell you how much gold. Actually, I can tell you how much gold I've made. Just with combatant gear sales. Which, again, I've talked about ad nauseum. But I have 833 total combatant items sold. That's just last 30 days. It actually goes back farther. 946 sold for a little over 4 million gold. Crimson combatant gear. And that can be done with blacksmithing. If you want to stick hard in blacksmithing, make sure you buy all your Crimson combatant recipes, especially if they're profitable on your server, and you just make them every day, and you keep them stocked. Highly suggest it. I don't actually do it with blacksmithing, because I'm too far behind on blacksmithing. I do it with leatherworking, and I do it with tailoring. But it is absolutely worth the while. All the Crimson combatant gear on my server is selling at nearly a 1k loss, and has been for weeks. Well, that comes back to... I find that a little bit surprising, but at the same time, it is server specific. So, yeah, it's server specific. That could absolutely be happening on your server. But it is at least something worthwhile to look at. Like, okay, it does make sense, because for me, the cloth was not profitable there for quite some time, and then I just started recently doing it again like a week and a half ago because it was finally profitable again. And for some reason, for me, the leatherworking, one, it's awesome because leatherworking has both leather and mail. It's been profitable for me for the whole time. I've been making it every single day. Well, in your opinion, I have 75 metal. Should I go for deafness missive recipe or blue cooking tool recipe to level up? Oh, are you talking about like for your enchanting? No, you're talking about inscription, the blue cooking tool. I actually just unlocked that myself. If you're just looking to level up, I'd probably go the missive recipe. If it gives skill ups. I don't know, I'm not big into inscription myself. Alright, what was I doing? I was resupplying. I don't know if K-Check's still here, but you get TSM to work to actually help you with like restocking. Is that working now? I tried to set TSM up well to help me with my restocking, and I haven't tried in quite a while because it wasn't working worth a darn. So I need Salamander and then both Imperious. Okay. I'm doing everything the hard way, which is annoying to have to count in my head and then go through here and buy what I need. I'm sure I'm doing more work than is needed. Actually, no, I can do those. missives seem pretty underwhelming. I noticed one missive that was looking pretty profitable. That was the... Let's see. I'm not missive spec, then it's probably a huge loss to craft. Exactly. So I was starting to go missive spec on a character because I was noticing that there were some good potential profits there. Just because I had nothing else that I wanted to go into. So I was like, screw it. I'm going to start heading in this direction. But I won't know probably until this next week if that's worth it or not for me. She's doing very well. I don't have to cancel rescan at all on full missives. Yeah. So you're missive spec'd, aren't you, Neff? I'm pretty sure. I started moving that direction because I wanted to make some missives myself. Because I don't do a lot on Inscription. It's not the one that's made all the gold for me. I think K-Chak and others can attest to you seem to fall into a profession or multiple professions that start generating the gold, and then that's where a lot of your focus goes into. I'm behind on things like that because I've focused so heavily onto tailoring and leatherworking because that's just where my profits have come from. Craftsman is busted here and there. Yeah, I've noticed some issues with Craftsman as well. That's why I only use it as a reference. I mean, I don't know if you were here earlier in the stream when I was looking at the blue silken lining, and the same kind of thing was showing massive profit, and then like I went to and manually checked, and the profit really wasn't there. It happens. That's why that kind of stuff is just a tool.
Do you seek knowledge?
It is just a tool. I mean, I definitely think it's a worthwhile tool, but there is some things that are a little iffy.
Good evening.
Hey, Brain, I'm currently streaming, sir. How you doing?
Oh shit. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing pretty good.
Nice. How's the farming going?
Well, I don't farm, man. I craft. There's a difference.
It's the same.
No, it's not. It's not the same.
Don't piss off our viewers, dude.
Okay.
It's not the same. All right,
Crafting.
Bridget.
Okay. How's the crafting going?
Crafting's going well. Crafting's going well. Bridget,
Nice.
I used to make a spreadsheet to help me figure out crafting costs. Yeah, I'm not a big spreadsheet guy. There's others in the community that are. You know, I think of Penguin right off the top of my head. I can think of a few other people who religiously use spreadsheets to help them figure stuff out. I'm a scratch paper kind of guy, so I use mostly just a notepad, and I kind of do it in the moment, and I write down what needs to get written down, and then I move on. Some of them I save. I have tons of notepads saved on my desktop from different things I've done. I came from EVE Online. I'm somewhat familiar with the spreadsheet. Exactly. But yeah, I probably should be smart and put things into spreadsheet form. Brain, are you sucking on your mic? There we go. Anyway, yeah, that's never been my thing. Let's see. Oh, I clicked on the wrong damn screen. Let's fix that. There we go. All right.
We have been scattered
So anyway, that stuff's reposted. Let's take a look at some of my typical crafts from leatherworking, see what's viable right now. It looks... God, I hate it when I click off the auction
We
house.
will not
There we go.
repeat our history.
It's nice to be able to drag the screens, but... So things are looking profitable still. I think a lot of people stop making stuff like this because they see, oh my god, Fangs went to 4,500 gold. And I think it's not worth, when in fact, the crafting cost itself has crashed to where it still is totally profitable. So that's still looking profitable. Maybe not super insane, but definitely profit can be had for sure. Let's look at toxic armor patches. I hate having to go into the dungeon. I don't craft this crap unless the profit's higher than this. I think that is starting to be pretty decent profit, but do I really want to go out and push these? The toxic armor patches do not sell as quickly as I'd like to. To me, this is something I would do on a reset day, potentially, or like the night before reset day, and just get them ready to go if it's profitable. In general, I don't think I'm going to push them. Fierce armor kits were actually pretty decently profitable for me yesterday. They are not today. Joseph, is there any way to grind Artisans Consortium rep now that they have fixed the profession swap? You can't actually grind it, but you can get a, what is it called? Is it a missive? No, it's a, what am I thinking of, Neff? The stupid buff thing up in the corner. It's not a missive, it's a, oh god. Yeah, it is a treaty, isn't it? No. Contract. Thank you. That's it. You can get a contract. So, with the Artisan Consortium's contract, every world quest you do, you'll gain an additional 15 reputation for the Consortium. That's about your option, for the most part. That is essentially what you got to work with, which isn't really that bad, considering how hard it is to get Artisans. The other reps you can grind, right? If you want to go get Tuskar, if you want to go get, you know, something like that, like there's ways that you can get what you need. There really isn't for Consortium, and this is kind of what you got. So I would highly suggest that if you have a crafter where it really, really matters that you actually play out in the world and just don't use for crafting, you should probably have an Artisan's Consortium reputation rolling on it. Which I don't, and I should. So yes, that is kind of your option. Alright, so going down here, scales are always hit and miss. Like something at 49 profit, I'm probably not going to craft it just for the profit. This is something that, like, I love taking an item like scales that are profitable for me to craft right now and flipping those into another product like fangs that are also craftable. I love doubling down on that profit. So like, it's small, like a little over 400, you know, there, but it's there. Like if I really wanted to make gold right now, I could go make gold right now. That's an option. Frostbite, I've never really, I actually don't know everything that these are used for. I don't know how fast these fly off the shelf at this profit margin. Let's see, negative 243 on, that's not too bad. I like that these are relatively close. But that doesn't look too terribly bad. In Furious, I like it, but they don't sell as fast as I'd like them to. It's kind of what I worry about with Frostbite. I don't have a lot of... Wow, Mirelush. Why is... Okay, Mirelush look nutty right now. Is this real? It is. Alright. So, only negative 13 for T2 and a massive profit for T3. So it looks like we're going to go crash some of these right this second. So let's go with... I'll do 200. 71k. So that's 87, 88k. And we will go with Earths, which I also need 100. Like 120 something k. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna go craft those real fast. Mirelush are best for you. For me, it's Stonecrest and Earthshine. But these are very profitable right now. I'm also going to drop my incense, which I need more of. I should probably got other stuff to craft, but that's okay. We're just going to roll right in. Oh, see, look, did it change the price on me? It sure did. That's what happens when I don't do the math myself. Luckily, it's still profitable, but that's not saying what it was saying for me. RIP. That's what happens when I trust too much in the craft sim data I looked at. That's my fault. Luckily, it's still profitable. I would make fangs or do something like that, but 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday really isn't a good time to be pushing cells. I usually only do anything on a Saturday morning or something if it's like too good to be true, which happens, but I thought this was, but I was wrong. I got baited by the data. Usually I see a number like that and then I look it up and then I do some quick math in my head and just kind of be, you know, put 2 and 2 together and make sure that that's what I'm seeing, but I didn't do that this time. I use TSM data. Luckily that's something you can easily change, which maybe I'll change it and just mess with it. That's a good idea, though. I think I'll change that and then just watch it and see if it's better for me. Not a bad idea. How are we getting on the procs? Okay. So, for instance, that is options, add-ons, craft sim. Oh, I am actually using auctionator. I could have sworn I wasn't.
Oh.
Let's switch it and see the difference. Usually, that's usually why I go in and I manually search something. Like if I have something I want to make, you know, like scales, and I come in here and look, like it's already changed the price. I don't know what's real and what's not right now. And then I manually search it, and usually this gets updated, and I can go at it from there. So that's showing 362. What if I come into Craft Sim and say, go back to Auctionator.
Our flight has much to offer.
And what was that? Was that Earthshine or Mireless? Which one did I look at? Yeah, it's a pretty big difference, huh? Auctionator shows 98. Which should be correct. This should be right. See, as I hit search before I went over there, and then I saw different numbers when I got over to the bench. But either way. So this cost... I can't remember how much we spent already. But there's 71k here and 64k there. So it's definitely profit. Alright. Now the way I like to sell this kind of stuff is I don't like to sit on goods. And I want to get my money now because I'm greedy. So usually I will sit here and push these like this and just make sure I'm on top and just try to get them out ASAP. Oh, that could have been why. Maybe I bought the cheap mats. Yeah, it's changing on the fly. At least want to get some of them to sell first. Like, usually if this was like early evening and I wasn't just trying to push out something like this, like I only made one thing right now, right? I would be going through and crafting any of these, like Frostbite's another one that if it's that profitable is probably worth my time too. That I would go out and I would craft all of this. And I would sit with a whole bunch of crap in my bag. And I would sit here and try to push it out. Which I probably should do. We got some sell. A lot of T2s apparently getting pushed out. So like Frostbite's another one. Let's take a look at that one. Now, are those numbers right? Looking about 800, 800 times 2, 1600. So there's actually only like an 800 gold difference. But the... Let's see. To me, this number is not correct. These T2s that are going to be hard to sell. Let's look at it again. Oh, now it's updated. Now that I was doing the math in my head instead of looking. Now that's correct. Why didn't it update the first time? Does CraftSim have like an internal minute update cooldown or something? Because yes, that's correct. But I already did a search and it didn't update. That's interesting. Because, like, yeah, I knew it wasn't 300 and something. Interesting. Alright. Wonder why that is. Because even you guys should have seen it, too. I searched Mirelash. Nothing updated. I was sitting here for, like, a couple minutes. I went back, did a different search, came back and searched, and then it did update with the correct... Actually, it was on Frostbite, but still. It did update with the correct amount. And this is why I don't sell a lot in the morning. Because, like, nothing's selling. It's just because it's too early, not because it doesn't sell. That's fine. I may just kind of post stuff and leave it. Now these numbers look correct. This does look correct off of my quick math for Stonecrest. I do think it's really close to even, if not a slight loss. What else is there to look at? Is this one correct? Let's take a look at this one. This one doesn't look too far off either. I can't exactly calculate multi-craft and resourcefulness in my head or anything, but judging that I have limited amounts of each, this doesn't look too far off. I used to have some ability to sell some of like the green 346 profession stuff. That doesn't really sell anymore for me. It's mostly the reagents, any of the scales, hide, combatant gear, and then Fang Adornments when it's going good, and maybe Toxic Armor Patch if I'm feeling like it's needed. Fierce, I did sell and make some good profit making Fierce yesterday. I did do that. Yeah, the rolling pin, that's done with Inscription, I believe. Am I right? Okay. I honestly think I'm gonna have to sell this stuff later. I'm gonna take another couple minutes and get some of it posted, but then I might just let the rest of it sit there. Yeah. That's the hard part about doing this kind of thing in the morning. It's not like there's not profits to be had, it's just not a good time to sell. It mostly just hurts the gold per hour. It's not like stuff doesn't sell, it just doesn't sell fast. Let's see. What are air at? 410? Yeah, I think I'll be sitting on air for a while. I think it eventually will go up higher than what I bought everything for, but it just might be a while. I'm hoping Tuesday's the day for that. Now that I'm sitting at the auction house, these do seem to be updating. This isn't quite right, though. Actually, it might be. Yeah, now it is. Yeah. I was like, I didn't think that was positive. Yeah, it's now negative. There we go. Now that is correct. Okay. It doesn't seem to be updating on the first search. Let's see if it... I'm going to pay attention now and see if this, like, updates by itself after I just open it for a minute. Because I was, again, doing the math on the toxic armor patch, being like, oh, that doesn't add up. And then it changed. It's because I searched again. I just searched Fierce. Nothing's changed. Perfect search again. Actually, I think this one might be right. Okay. Anyway, more reason why you can only use something like this as a... Oh, look at it. Like, it changed. That's the hard part. Like, unless I'm sitting on the auction house, now it says randomly that it's 700 something gold profit. I wonder if I can fix that at all. I don't think it'd be that high. Well, actually, it might be because of multi-craft. That might not be wrong. Could be picking up the auction house bots tanking prices, maybe. It's just scary, like, you see something that looks like it has good profit, and then you go to craft it and you lose gold, right? I know I'm a little bit too focused on doing some quick maths and considering, actually, no, I wouldn't be able to switch that and make gold. Thanks, Neff. I'd mute me too. It's okay. Now these were, if this is this profitable, these were actually kind of selling really fast for me at last night. For whatever reason. I kind of feel like the majority of the profit is coming from the multi-craft. I mean, obviously you have to T3 as well, but... I mean, even think if you multi-craft T2, like, if it costs 5,500 to make, T2 only sells for 1,700, but if you get 2, all of a sudden it's 3,400. Like, that makes a big difference. Or, again, you know, costs 5.5 to make. You can sell it for 12k, but you double it for 24. Like, yeah. Multi-craft becomes pretty important. This is one of those things that, like, you can't go out and just craft 5 and pray, right? You need to do more than that. You need to do maybe not a gigantic 1 million gold batch. Granted, your numbers will probably look a little bit more averaged out, but you need to do a big enough batch to where you're not 100% reliant. Like, I'm going to craft 1 and hope to God inspiration hits so I can make gold. Because that's how you just lose gold. So, this one is pretty reliant on getting some multi-craft to happen. Anyway. Back to what I was doing. Yeah, I haven't sold very much of my stuff. I don't want to sit here and do this, so I'm just going to post, and hopefully stuff sells. If it doesn't, I will sell it later. I'm going to work on another tune. Alright, what are we looking at? I was on... this is what I was working on. I was trying to get to the point of making blue silken lining straight up tier 3, because that looks fairly profitable and it looks doable. I need to work at it. It's not easy to do by any means, but it's doable. Hey, somebody made my vestments. There we go. Put those bad boys on. Cool. That's nice. Tier 3 at least. And we'll just go ahead and get rid of that one. It's putting me awfully close. I'm going to be pretty reliant on... I need to craft something like the belt. Like this. I need to craft it and then recraft it. And recraft it and recraft it and recraft it. Who knows how many times to get skill points, since you can't get them, like, guaranteed. Or I YOLO search and hope for a work order, but that's never worked very well. What are my other options? I mean, Frozen Spell Thread. What's going to be more expensive to craft? Is like Frozen Spell Thread, or I can craft this for myself since I don't care. I'm not going to play the character really anyway. And I have enough on me. I can craft this for myself and then recraft it. When I recraft it, it's probably going to drop the Azure Bolt. I'm probably not going to need to get it. And then I'll just have to deal with the other stuff. Probably won't be all that expensive, to be honest. If you can't level up in tailoring, I would suggest buying... you gotta have gold, though. I would suggest buying the Frozen Spell Thread off the auction house, the recipe. That's what I used to go like up to where I'm at right now. If you have Dragon Skull Rip, you can get the fishing hat, and it's basically free 100 tailoring. What do you need for your Dragon Skull? I don't do reps. That's part of my other issue. Like, look at it, level 3 on this. Woo! I don't do rep grinding at all. Where is the fishing hat? It's probably something... that one? 15 it looks like. A bit higher than level 3. Yeah. I don't do reps, man. I can't stand rep. Even when it's all like mostly cosmetic. I cannot stand grinding reps. And how do you go about getting reps like for alts? Like, this is an alt. I just craft on it. I don't want to play it. Like, I don't want to grind reps. Obviously, if my main was pushed to 20 or something like that, it would be relatively easy to get to 15, right? But I don't even do this shit on my main. I just don't. I don't know. I hate rep grinding. I know there's gold in it, especially early. I just much prefer to do something else. No, not for something like this. For something like the Expedition Tailoring, you would have to get that character up to this point. Yeah, I know. I want the back patterns too. Yep, that's another one. I want the back patterns too, but I just don't want to do it. Where are the back patterns at? Those are relatively high, aren't they? Was it this one? No. Yeah, 23. My goodness. No, thank you. Y'all can keep it. Y'all can make money on that. I'm good. Yeah, like, do I want to spend time grinding out the rep? Like, he's not wrong. What is that, 15? It was? Could totally grind out 15. Get to the point of getting the hat, and then just boom, get free 100 basically, which I'm gonna kind of need. Or I YOLO into hoping somebody does crafting orders, or I mad recraft this 1,000 times and hope I can level up that way. I mean, if it took off the Azure Bolt, you know, like 4K per craft or something. 3K per craft, maybe? I don't know. I gotta figure out something, though. I mean, I need 23 points. I need them pretty bad. I need them pretty bad because I can, or it can be done. You can make Blue Silk Lining straight up at Tier 3. Or right now, it would totally be worth doing, given how fast and low the Azure Bolt has fallen in price. The Tier 3s, that is. Right now, it's only like 1,000 gold more. So at that point, you're printing 2K profit at current prices, which, you know, is what it is, but it's worth working into. The problem I see is, like, by the time I get to it, because I didn't grind out rep, like, by the time I get to it, it's probably not going to be profitable anymore. I know it can be done, I know I can make profit on it, but I'm not set up to just run out there and do it, because I haven't grinded any reps. What are my other options? Yeah, Renown 15. That might just be the best option. Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe I can get Dragon Skill rep, Expedition rep pretty good, easily. I have to have it. Do I have it 10 on a character? I mean, I know I have Veldragon Accord, and I should also have at least the Tuskar to 10. You're right, those are relatively damn easy to craft. I think it was the Temporal Spell Thread I might have been talking about. Yeah, that one's purchasable off the auction house as well. Good morning, Marky. Yeah, those are my options. Man, y'all aren't gonna make me go grind this rep, are you? I'll worry about that later. Let's get a couple of my quests done and out of the way. I got some skill points I need to get. Yeah, I know. Like, I thought about going out and just dirt farming, but dude, that sounds so painful. How do you people do that? Just like so much no thank you. I mean, I only need to get to 15 though. I probably have something at 10 or at least close to 10. I have to. That would at least speed it up. And I have an add-on that shouldn't be on. Let's see. Downloaded that for another reason. It's not working. Yeah, I know you grabbed dirt. You're insane. How many hours did that take? Like, you're people grabbing dirt till 25, and I have enough issue just finding dirt. I get ticked off and I fly around for 5 to 10 minutes. I can't even find dirt. Why is it doing both cast bars? Why does this game hate me? At least they made some of the quest drops to be easier. That's nice, for sure. Oh, super low pop server. Well, I guess if somebody's on a super low, they can like invite me over. Do they just have to be in the zone with me? You're so cheeky, the things you do. I mean that in a nice way, by the way. At least I wouldn't have to go to 25. I just need to get to 15. Isn't there other stuff that unlocks that makes like for some easy levels? I think I'm thinking of... Isn't there like flags on the mountain? I think I've seen that. Again, I don't know, because I just... Obviously, I don't do rep stuff. I hate rep stuff. But couldn't I get it to 10 relatively easily and then do those? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I thought, is just use some time on gold and just recraft the belt a whole bunch of times. That's what I was thinking, but it would save gold, wouldn't save time. Or gold per hour, for that matter. To just grind it out correctly. Oh, I gotta think about that. Again, it's on a character that... It's on a character I didn't want to play. Oh, hey, look, there's a dirt pile. We're well on our way. It's up. Yeah, one dirt pile. That won't take long, right? Hey, man. Thanks. Very, very much appreciate you stopping by for a little bit and having a chat. Catch you later. sure I'll be seeing content from you soon. Absolute madman, K-Chak. I'm sure you all know K-Chak well at this point. If you don't, make sure you go give him a look-see. That is a goblin, gold goblin god we are talking to. But anyway, K-Chak, thanks very much. I'll see you around. Hey, look at that Expedition Scout Pack. Is this over here or no? Oh, it's above me. Okay. Alright, that one's complete. The quill. Oh, I don't like the quill one. Quill one's annoying. This one not a fantastic. There's only that one spot that I kind of like doing it. I'm already finding way more dirt and stuff than I normally ever do. So I guess that's the problem, is I play in prime times, typically. And then if I want to grind something like that, I should either be low pop or not grinding it at, 5 o'clock at night. Probably have a bunch of turn-ins, maybe. Anybody else like working on anything specific gold making wise? Have you struck it rich with something recently? Do you have a goal that you're working on specifically? I have a couple. I'm trying to get to the T3 silk things before they're not profitable. That's goal 1. I'm getting really close, which I think K-Jack was one of the ones who did it originally, like week 2. My build isn't very good, and I went another direction first, but I'm trying to get to like doing the scopes reliably at tier 3 for profit. It's another one I'm working on. Working towards a break. Like a break from work, or I just had a nice long break from work myself. Oh. Why? Because you're getting frustrated? You're just burnt out? Gotta elaborate that one for me. Failing an inscription? Yeah, I don't do inscription because I failed at it too. I mean, I think like a lot of people, I went really hard into trying doing like the Darkwind Fair stuff, and that was like an absolute gigantic, colossal waste. And I'm not the only one who did that, even on multiple characters at that too. It was a big whoopsie. So I understand. I do. Sure, a dumb amount of people did that, actually. I mean, I thought it was going to be worthwhile. I really did. And I decided early on that that was going to be one of the things I went for. And it just didn't work out. Or are you talking about like how many knowledge points you have to unlock a section? Yes, that is changing soon. It is. 100% it is. I'm very glad they've nerfed some of these drop rates to where they like actually drop. It makes coming out here on characters I don't want to play much easier to do when I feel like I can actually get the quest done in a respectable amount of time. So let's ask both Marky and Joseph, since you guys are both the most recent people to say something. What is reasonable gold in a week for you? Like, what kind of gold do you guys pull? Do you guys try? Like, are you avid gold makers? Do you just kind of play the game and just would like to have some gold? Like, and if so, like, what's a good gold in a week for you? I just wonder because, like, we're all different. This would be easier if things would spawn, though. Yep, I talked about it in the recent video. Like, that does really depend on the time of the expansion. I think that's an important part of the equation. Like, up until recently, I would have said anything under, like, 100, 150k an hour I didn't want to do. It wasn't worth it to me. But that's starting to change as the gold is starting to change. a little bit more likely to take the time to do something like that. Oh, yeah. Starting 2 weeks late would have... And that was actually about the point 2 weeks in is when I started really making gold. But again, it's something I kind of stress. Like, unlike somebody like, I don't know, K-Jack, for example, or a good friend of mine who's, you know, we're talking the upper echelon people. Like, you know, my buddy has, you know, 250 million plus. Like, a big-time gold maker. At least what I consider to be a big-time gold maker, right? We have different definitions. But, like, we're all a little bit different in how we approach gold making. And for some people like that, that's what they do. That is their end game. That is what they enjoy. While somebody like me, I love making gold. I enjoy it. I'm decent at it, I think. I don't know. I guess you can tell me that. But there's other things in the game I also enjoy. I don't need to be making gold all the time. So if there's not really good gold to make relatively easily, then I just do other stuff. Because at the end of the day, for me, my perspective is, like, how much gold do I really need? Unless I'm chasing something specifically that's expensive. Like, I would love one day to have, like, a spectral tiger. It's something I never bought forever ago, and I probably should have. But other than that, like, I have 8, 9, 10 tokens laying around. I have, you know, nearly, well, when I sell my stuff probably today, a little over 15 million gold. Not insane, but enough, right? Like, it's more than enough. Especially if tokens right now are at, like, 142k. I saw them at the low yesterday. Like, I have way more than enough gold. Why do I need just shit tons of gold other than because it's fun? So for me, there comes a point where it's like, alright, I have gold. Time to go play the game now. I've been really enjoying Mythic Plus. I've always been a PvP player, but like I've actually started to get into Mythic Plus and liked it. I feel weird even saying that, but I've been really liking it. Like into Shadowlands, for example, was garbage and I hated it. And the only thing I did was gold making. That's all I got on to do. That's all I cared about was gold making. Everything else sucked to me. Anyway, there is times where that happens, and I think that changes throughout the expansion. Luckily for me, I'm enjoying other aspects of the game to where gold making isn't the end-all be-all for me, personally. If it starts to dry up and not be very good, I'll still keep up on it and still do, but luckily for me, I'm fairly well established and set up. I'm not going to have an issue, you know, paying for my token for however long. Like, that's not going to be a problem, so. Yeah, consider the amount of effort put into this. We are not exactly playing the game. Yeah, that was a big point of my own coming into the expansion is I felt like for a long time, and I mean multiple expansions, maybe since Legion, probably, maybe even longer, I haven't felt like I've really been playing the game. Like, what did my time frame in the game look like prior? For the longest time, as much as I would consider myself somebody who's an avid gold maker, it's not like, oh, I haven't done my tailoring stuff. It's not like I did that 24/7. When I was on the game, I was usually casually PvPing or gold making with a side bit of mostly just doing world content. I wasn't into PvE at all. I'm not into raids. I wasn't into Mythic Plus. I did world content, made some gold, and PvP. That's all I did. You know, I haven't PvP'd hard, like really hard, pushing rating, and done that since MOP, probably. And coming into this expansion, I was really tired of that being my narrative. I need to send a work order. I was really tired of that being my narrative, of being that that's all I did. Oh yeah, the chef's hat's really easy to make. Let's go do that. I need to make 3 of them. Anyway, and that's all I was doing. That's all I was doing in the game, is world content, casual PvP when it was feeling decent, and that was about it. And then I would stop playing. And coming into the expansion, I was tired of doing that, and I was like, man, I really feel like I haven't played the game in so long. And by played the game, I mean self-progression. I mean progressing gear, even. Like, legitly progressing gear, right? Like, not just new update comes out, better world gear, better catch-up gear. Like, that's all I was doing is catch-up gear, basically, forever. And I wanted to spend time, get back to my roots a little bit, and progress gear. I don't have to be, like, I'm not somebody who has to be doing 20s in week 2 or something. Like, me and my group, you know, a couple people I found through stream. I'd love to play with you guys as well. You know, whether it's people through stream and through my YouTube channel, and then a couple of real-life friends. We have a big core group of players now that we're playing and doing Mythic Pluses, like, consistently each week. We'll eventually get to our 15 pluses. We'll eventually get there, and it's more to me about the experience of hanging out with some friends, doing some content, progressing each week, getting better. And that's what I was looking to coming into the expansion. Yes, I want to make gold, but for me, that is not my end-all be-all. I think, well off gold-wise, and I'd like to do other things. But anyway, you guys understand. You understand what I'm saying. My whole point is I want to play the game again, which for me, that means I want to have self-progression. I want to push gear at my pace and enjoy that, right? Because it is an RPG, right? Like, enjoy the character building, enjoy, you know, the character power progression, so on and so forth. I'm looking to enjoy that again in the game. Right? Right, Marky? About the Korthia gear? I know, right? That's how I was, too. Totally understand. What the hell character I need to go on? Shadowlands burnt me out, too. By the way, hello, Supa. Yeah, and I went super chill the first couple weeks, and then, like, as I really started, you know, I have everything leveled to 70 now. No, actually, I take that back. I have one character left. I have my I have my DK that's at, like, 65. Every other character I have 70. And I have my professions on everything being pushed like I am now every single week. After I kind of did that, started making big gold, and you know, then I started turning to, okay, and basically since last week, it's been time to start doing Mythic Pluses and that sort of progression. And for me, it's really for the first time in numerous expansions, and it's probably, I think, a lot to do with the fact that I have people to play with. I do think that's really important. Like, if I was just pugging all the time, I think I wouldn't be as happy. I've done some pugging, but really it's like I have people to play with, and that's really opened up the game for me. And it's back to the roots, right? It's back to the old days of when you used to get on and actually play with your friends, because they all still played, right? You know, you would get on and you'd play with your buddies. And who the hell did I send those work orders to? Did I not send them to the right character? God dang it. Why am I so bad at this? I was too busy talking. Guess I'll go do that again. So yeah, I think that's a lot of my narrative right now, is I actually have people to play with. We're doing Mythic Plus like every day. You know, we're grinding out gear for each other, and we're making our slow but steady progression, and it's been super fun. I've been really enjoying it.
My goods are crafted with great care.
Alright, so this is supposed to... Hey, there we go. This was supposed to go to this character. There we go. After searching, click to a different craft, then back. Okay, I will try that in a moment. It's a good bit of information if that is true. Anyway, I hope you guys are finding something enjoyable in the game. I've been having... I didn't think I would still be this addicted to Dragonflight this far in, to be honest. It's been a while since that's happened. There's always that initial hype train every expansion, no matter how bad it is, to where I'm excited for the first couple weeks, and then I feel myself wanting to start playing other things. And I don't really feel like that's been the case. Like, I am very deeply addicted again, and I kind of like it. I like that I like WoW again. It's a good feeling to me, anyway. Because I don't know about your guys' backgrounds. I mean, I've been playing WoW since vanilla. I'm one of them oldies. I've been around forever. I've played every expansion, most of them, at least up through Cataclysm, like 24/7. You know, and after that I kind of fell off a little bit. But I have played the majority of every expansion. The expansion I played the least was by far Shadowlands. Not even close. I played hard for the first 2 to 3 months, and then I didn't touch it until the last about 3 months. And this expansion is the closest thing to feeling like the old days to me, where I couldn't get enough of the game. And I think that is awesome. I love dragon riding. I'm old, man. It was hard to get good at it initially, and I'm still not great. But man, I love dragon riding. You go out into the old world without dragon riding? Oh man, does that feel bad or what? Holy goodness. There's not a chance in hell they don't add it to the game, like, in general. You cannot go back from this. You just can't. That would ruin the game. Alright, so what were we doing? I actually don't know if I want to push this. I don't need the inspiration. I wish I had these 20 points back. Because, if we double check here, let's do a double check. Blue Silk Lining, 294. I'm pretty sure I can put 1 point in here. And it's still 294. Rip. Why didn't it go up? Getting 1 skill point in this specialization when making and using Azure Weave. When making and using Azure Weave. Does this not use Azure Weave? Can somebody explain to me why the skill does not go up? Excuse me? Am I missing something? Gaining +1 skill point in this when making and using it. This uses it. It doesn't specify that it has to be for gear. That's not very nice. It didn't go up. Right? It was at 294, stayed 294. KSM, but they're updating that. I mean, look at all the changes coming this next week. A lot of the big burst shit is getting toned down. They're constantly going to update that kind of stuff, right? And I disagree with you a little bit though. I like the meta of big ass burst. I miss the old days of like mop and stuff like that. I don't want to sit into games where everybody just lives. I find that boring. You know, there's classes like, I don't know, monk. Like if they don't have big, fat, damn near one-shot burst, they don't have anything. You know, on the higher end I'm speaking about, by the way. And no, oh wait, did I not apply it? No, I did apply it. Do I want to do one more point and test? It was at 294. 1 point. Apply. 294. It's still 294. Didn't work. Yeah, mop is a bad example. No, it stayed 294. That kind of ticks me off. It literally says and using. Put in a ticket, please. I probably should too. Is it a technical issue? No, it's items and mail, maybe? No. I thought there was like just a report a bug button. There. Bug report put in. Anything under max level is horribly unbalanced. What are you doing shit under max level? And boy, there's no such thing as balance while leveling. They don't balance the game around leveling. The game is, they try, obviously, to balance the game around max level. Yeah, just no. If you're gonna step into BGs when leveling, you better be stepping in on something that's gonna be doing the ass kicking, like 100%. That is, you're setting yourself up for a bad time, sir or ma'am. I assume, sir. Yeah, no, I just put points into it too, but F me, I guess. And F you, I guess. Alright, well, that doesn't work. Maybe that's a bug, maybe that's not. I thought that was going to be a thing, but it's not, so maybe I'll sit on the points. Maybe I'll just sit on the points. Maybe that's what I should do. Did it increase your inspiration? I couldn't tell you. Inspiration's at 32. 31.6. 266. Do you want me to put one more point in and see? Fine. No, it stayed the same. No, I didn't hit 5 points. Oh, you want me to do ah?
Oh, I tried to kiss you before you were.
You want me to go 5? Neff, you want me to go 5?
No, wait, don't. You don't have to do it. I put 5 points in. Let me check. Sorry, I'm behind you on the stream. My bad.
It's all good.
I couldn't hear you.
It's all good. Let me know. Like if you can tell. I mean, it's just 2 points. I can give a shit less. So.
Yeah, I can. Let me.
I'll do it.
Let me double
I'm-
check, cause that. Yeah, sure, cause I don't know what mine will be exactly.
And actually, oh wait, wrong thing. So this is at 266. And I go back. Still 266. It stayed the same.
Yeah, that's gotta be a bug then, cause even that little node says that it should.
And if I
increase
close
it,
out
right?
and go back in and go to it, no, it stayed the same at 266. That doesn't seem to work. When crafting and using Azure Weave, right? Does everybody else see this the same way? Using Azure Weave? Is Blue
Now,
Silken
the
Lining
only
not
thing-
using Azure Weave?
The only thing I could think is that it's using. Like, there's nothing else that's Azure Weave except for the Azure Weave bolt, right?
Well, you have the Azure Weave bolt, and then you have all the gear.
Yeah, so yeah, it's gotta be.
And then I didn't check on like Frozen Spell Thread, or so I should have double checked on something like Frozen Spell Thread too, and checked, but I didn't, to see if something like that would have changed. Because if
Well, you
that
know what,
changed and
I
the other one
can-
didn't, then that would have told you something. And luckily, if you don't have the recipe, you can just go down and click on it. You can go down and click on it, check your inspiration, and then put in the points, and then check. Technically, if you want to.
Yeah, let me hop on my. Let me hop on my Taylor and see.
Go for it. I already put it in as a bug report. It doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that as well.
Yeah, we're in the voice, Mark. Can you hear him okay? I'm assuming you can. I can hear him good, but it doesn't help if you guys can't hear him. Alright, well, rip me, I guess. But yeah, that's what this character was designed for. Is I was pushing enchants finally, because I haven't been doing it. I was pushing enchants, inspiration, and then this character was heading this direction.
Oh wow, CraftSim got an update.
Did it? Do I need to go
Yeah,
download
you
an
can
update?
override the sell price for quality now. So if it's my missives that are busted, I should be able to actually put in the right sell price.
Mm.
Which you get correct. Wow. Wow, this is a huge update. Holy cow. Awesome. Okay. Let me see if you would have any extra inspiration over me. I don't think you would. So what is your... I guess it doesn't matter.
I'm going to update my add-ons real quick. I'll just take a moment. There's actually some add-ons I need to get rid of, too.
So
Which
I
one's the
have-
correct handy notes, by the way?
Well, there's two...
There's the one that you told me for using was like Silver Dragon.
Yeah, so there's two different... well, Silver Dragon is like a rare skin.
I know.
But handy notes, so I have Dragonflight and Dragonflight treasures. To be honest with you, I don't really know what the difference is.
Okay, no, no, there is a difference. And if I go in, I can look in game. Because I have two of them. I have Dragonflight and I have Dragonflight treasures. And I think Dragonflight treasures is... Because I like these notes here. Oops, wrong one. And this one has the scout packs. And this one has
Yeah,
the
they
dirt.
both have. They
So
have both of them.
This is just the Dragonflight, and then there's this one. Which, let's see the difference.
It looks like one uses icons and one uses like just a little treasure looking thing.
Yeah, things don't pop up when I click on this one.
Oh, that's weird.
This is also apparently separate for every character, which is a bit annoying. I mostly use it for this too. I mostly use the Dragonflight one because I want to see this for my flight paths on where I should be flying around looking. Okay.
Yeah, so on mine, on treasures, if I like tick off disturbed dirt, instead of that
I don't see
big
myself
icon,
using Farmhead
it's
anymore.
like it's a very small green icon. But it's the same exact thing.
And honestly, I don't know, I might keep that. Quartz is the one I want gone. I'm not using it. And World Quest Tracker tends to annoy me more than help me. I think I'll get rid of that too. Alright.
Wait, 249. 39. Somehow. What increases skill for spell threads?
Are you talking about like the frozen spell thread and stuff?
Yeah.
I have 178 skill on that.
So I have 10 more inspiration for the blue silken lining than I do for spell
Yeah, I
thread.
think that's the same as I do.
I'm not
Well,
sure
no,
why.
frozen is 178, and blue silken's 294. So.
See,
Oh, you're talking
I
about inspiration?
seriously
Oh, what?
don't
266, 266, and 256. I'm the same. I have 10 inspiration more.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at too. So, okay, can we really fast? Do you
What?
want to go over your skill points for tailoring? Because I have. I have.
Are you talking about this specific character?
Yes.
Okay, I'll
I
tell
have
you.
15 less points towards blue silken just because I've put the points into something else. I have 15 less points than you, and that's it. But I only have. My skill is only 174.
This character was specifically designed to do blue silken lining. That's what this character was doing.
Yeah.
What I did is I went 30 into textiles and 30 into embroidery first. That's where I went. That's for 60 points. The next 30 was the only other place to get skill, which was tailoring mastery.
That's what I'm
So,
saying. I have
30,
the exact
60.
same build as you do.
Now, there's other ways. So then I also have I have my tools. They're
Okay,
all
so that's
they've all been
60.
upgraded.
So what's the middle one give you? How many points?
Plus 10.
Plus 10, so you have plus 26.
Yes.
Okay, so that's plus 20, and then I'm missing 15, so that's 35. What's your skill at again?
77
For Blue
currently.
Silken?
77 plus 26, so
No. For Blue Silken, like, what's your overall skill?
294, and that's if I'm using a tier 3 Azure Weave.
Okay, so just base, you're at 294 without anything.
If I use tier 3 materials, yes, I'd be at
No,
294.
you have nothing. Yeah, so you have nothing on there right now, and it's telling you 294.
No, that's not correct. It's reading at 294. It is assuming I'm using tier 3 Azure Weave.
Don't you have to go in and put that in?
No. If it I don't know why it does. Maybe it doesn't do this to you, but it does this to me. If I went and bought a tier 2 Azure Weave bolt, I think it would be at like 254 or something.
Okay, I see. So if you use a tier 3, so you're
I think
at.
it's
and what
saying
did
I'm
I
using
say it
tier
was
3 because
down?
I have tier 3 spools
20.
on me, so it's assuming I'd also be using tier 3 Azure
Right.
Weave.
So I'm down 20 points. Or maybe you can use tier 3 spools and tier 2 Azure Weave. Okay, so I'm actually not I see what's happening. That's what it is. I wonder why it does that for you.
Because
When I use a tier 3, it
that an
takes
option?
my skill up to 255.
Ah,
So that's, and if I'm down, what, 25 points from you, then yeah, I would be right where you're at. Okay, so that makes sense then. Good. 221. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if that's a setting in.
I know. I'm looking around.
Oh, I wonder if you have used best quality reagents ticked.
Where's that?
Oh, no, that doesn't change for me. Just like on the normal crafting page. But
Oh, like you're talking about like.
just on your profession.
Yeah,
like
no.
when you're crafted. Yeah, I don't know. That's very strange. Maybe it's because like the last one you crafted. Or something.
Reach inspiration breakpoint? No, that's not doing it to me either. I don't know, but I've noticed that's what it does to me, and that gets me caught sometimes because I'm like, oh crap, I'm only, look at this, I'm only like 20, 25, 31 points away.
See, for me, it's the opposite because I have to like.
I'm 31 points
add
away,
the
but there's
points onto it.
only 23 points left to get. So no matter what, I'm 9 points away from
Yeah,
being able to
you're
max
half
it. And I
level
thought the
thing.
Azure Weave Tailor, I'm like, oh well, that covers it. I just go this way and I can do it, but it doesn't count towards it.
Yeah.
So now
just have
I'm
to
9
do
points
the-
off, and there's no way to get those 9 points. Not that I'm aware
Well,
of, anyway.
Do you have the valued? Can you get the fishing hat?
The fishing hat? Oh.
Yeah, the blue fishing hat.
No. I'm 9 points away if I got to 100.
Oh, if you got to 100, I see.
Yeah, the Awakened Orders KSM have been plummeting because there's a farm that's come available that they are able to be gotten from, and it is completely tanked the market. I believe that is the skinning bait farm that those are coming from. Am I right on that, F?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why like the Azure Weave and all that stuff is also coming down so
Mhm.
hard.
Yep, because Order is tanking.
So yeah, so I could buy the Chef's Splendid Rolling Pin for 75 metal, and it doesn't cost any metal to craft, so I could just use that to hit 100. I think that's
I did that, talking about inscription. I bought that
Yeah.
for inscription as well, and as I have the ability to do it, I just don't really have a reason to hit 100 on my inscription, at least not at the moment.
right. I would be able to guarantee T3 missives, which I think is probably.
I mean, that's probably worthwhile doing if you can guarantee T3 anything. That's why I started looking at the Blue Silken. I'm like, whoa.
Well,
If
so
I can
the other
guarantee
thing,
tier
too-
3, I should probably do that. But, like, no matter what, I'm going to be 9 points off.
Right, but so when you're 9 points away, you're gonna be procking tier 3 like almost every single time. So I am.
So you still think it's worth to push
I
this?
think so. So my missives, I have,
Okay.
I have 34% inspiration. Yesterday I did a run. I'm only when I use my my points, I'm 30 points away from guaranteeing. So I'm even farther than you are.
Mhm.
I was getting like 50% tier 3 procs last night. I mean, it was really crazy. So there's some kind of relationship with your skill being higher that it's like that randomness that allows you to proc.
Real quick, Marky, the things that he's talking about to level inscription is you got to have your consortium rep up. I think it's only to like the 3rd tier or something. But you can do like a Draconic Missive, or the one that he's specifically talking about is, let's see if I can't find it here. It's the tool.
It's the Chef's Splendid Rolling Pin. That is the
Yeah.
only one that
What
you
page
can
is that
buy. It is on page 2 of 4. It is the only recipe that gives you skill points that is not doesn't require metal all the way up to 100. And it's like you can just craft it.
Maybe I can't see it on this character, or I'm blind as a bat.
I think it's on the next page, maybe, for you.
This one? There you go. So there's this one here that you can craft once you're valued, right? Once you're valued, you can craft this. All it takes is draconium ore and red bark, and you can just craft them all day.
It's a little bit expensive, unfortunately. It's about 9k, but you know, if you only need 10 levels,
When you're talking
90K.
about skill level, yeah, like when you're talking about skill, that is hella cheap to just guarantee getting skill ups up to 100. Like, you have to be willing to do something like that. That is
especially
actually
with
not that bad.
something like an inscription that doesn't have gear that you're crafting for
Yeah,
people.
like that is too easy of skill points.
Yeah.
Too easy. So yeah, that's what he's talking about. And then what
And-
were we talking
and- For me, I'm actually, like, I didn't have the profession tree unlocked for inscription, so I'm literally locked out. The only other thing that would give me skill points is Dark Moon Dex, and I don't have
Yep.
those unlocked.
It's okay, I have them unlocked and can't really do anything with them, so you're not missing much.
Yeah. Apparently, bundles of cards were profitable yesterday.
Oh, really? I'm set up for that. I didn't jump on it, though. I need... Imperious. I don't really care. Let's get 4 of those as a revolt. I mean, I'll buy a T3 just to make... actually, I probably shouldn't have. Wow, the Tail Strider Sinew is actually kind of expensive. Where the hell is that farmed at? Lol. They usually sell for like 1 gold, but they're up to like 800 or something.
What? No, bro.
Tail Strider
I
Sinew?
wonder if that has to do with the...
I've sold 1 for 1 and like almost 2 gold, and yet they're selling for like 900 right now. That's insane.
We have been scattered so long.
Tail Strider Sinew.
I think there's a farm for it right now. I think I saw one posted by somebody. So this is what we need to do. We need to go get our ingenuity thing, which if you guys haven't been getting your sparks to get some gear, it's incredibly easy. It's just this quest over here. It only takes a few minutes, and there's 3 of them you can get. You just keep following the quest chain. It's literally the second quest. The first part takes the longest, which is this right here. Just takes a minute. But you can get your spark, get your shit crafted. Get on it.
Seems weird. It's just a random drop from mobs in the plane.
Is it completely random?
Yeah. But like this is like a 10% drop rate. Like it's not even that bad. Seems strange.
If you look, I'm pretty sure somebody posted some sort of Sinew farming guide.
Yeah. I wonder somebody must have like just reset it.
Maybe. Whatever,
Yeah,
I bought it.
This is so strange. So my craft sim, for whatever reason, when I go to my missives,
Mhm.
it is calculating my tier 3 as a tier 1. I don't know why. It's so strange.
But anyway, you pick up that quest, you do what I just did, then you fly out here and do the Tears Footsteps thing. It's like a really quick, like, falling through the sky puzzle thing. And you'll have a spark. Ta-da. Then you can go get you something crafted. Thank God they didn't make this difficult.
Yeah, thank God they also made it so you could catch up.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to grind the rep stuff, so I might as well, Jeez, there's like disturbed dirt and everything near me, like all over the place. Might as well get it if it's there. To Azure. No problem. 70 rip off of valued. Have you done your weekly quests? That's easy to get, dude. If you're 70 off of valued, and if you haven't done like your profession quests, go do them because that'll give it to you. If you have done them, then go buy the contract for consortium rep off the auction house and buy the legendary one, and then you just need to go do basically some world quests. You'll get 15 rep per world quest you do, and you can get it that way. So you're in luck. As long as you haven't completed all your world quests, you should be okay.
For this trial, you must leave the comfort of the
All
ground
world quests done
behind
too? Oh, that's fat rip.
and rely only on your finesse.
Well, if all world
and
quests are done and you've done that, then yes,
precision
you're
to
screwed
collect
until
the
reset.
enchantment.
Which, when is reset? Reset is it Tuesday or is it before that?
Always Tuesday.
Rip. Mega rip. Yeah, I didn't think it was Tuesday. It was sooner. 22 hours? Well, that's when you have to wait till, I guess.
Oh, are you talking about World Quest? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about like
You
regular
get world quests.
No, yeah, it's like Saturdays. I thought. Or afters. Yeah. I don't know. 3:20. Wow. Okay, so that's not. So strange.
You'll get it tomorrow? Well, there you go. At least you have a way to do it, though. There we go. Anyway, that quest takes like the longest of those. You turn that in, pick up the next one, and she even gives you a portal to go back. You didn't know.
Safe travels.
And it takes you right to her, and you turn it in, you get a spark. Literally takes like 5 minutes. And then it'll open up the next quest, and that one's just as brain dead
Welcome
easy.
back, adventurer. Perseverance rewards.
Ta-da! I have a spark.
First spark of ingenuity. I am sure you
And
wish
I can
to
get my
prove
second one if I want to.
yourself worthy of Tyr's invention.
Which I don't,
Then
because I don't
join
care.
me once more
On this
for a
character,
new
but-
challenge.
So now that I can craft that, I'm kind of checking out to see how expensive it's going to be to try to craft my way up to 100 with recrafts. It takes kind of a lot. I don't know if it's really worth, but I'm going to
They
have to blow.
nerfed recrafts.
I know. I'm going to have to blow. What? I thought I bought a Vibrant Spell Thread. Guess I didn't. Let's check this out. I'm gonna have to go back to the auction house in a second, but let's just make this just to make it.
Alright, man. Well, have a good rest of your stream. I'm gonna head out.
You're gonna head out? Alright, man. That knocks me up to 80. I made it at a ghetto 386. Now, if we go to Recraft. Oh my goodness. Look at that, dude. All you need is Infurious Bolts. That's it? That's it. That's all you need to do recrafting. Holy shit. That is so cheap. TNF. One, I didn't need to buy those.
Our flight has much to offer.
But that means all I need is Infurious, and I need 6. So I can go here and buy just all of these, probably. Oh, I don't have enough money on this character. God damn it. Whatever. Let's buy a bunch.
Go in wisdom.
Buy 250 of these bad boys. Whopping 111k, that's it. If it works, that's hella cheap. Okay. Then we're going to go to recraft. And we're going to recraft this bad boy a whole bunch. And we're just going to hit recraft. Oh, it takes metal though. Fuck. I didn't think of that. Luckily I have everything crafted out with metal I want. So I can only do this. I'm not showing it in the bottom corner, but you can see crafted 5 times without a skill point, 6 times, 7, 8, 9. Got 1 skill point finally. 10, 11, gotten 2 skill points. So yeah, is this cost effective? Plus the artisan metal I'm using. 14, 15. It's soul crushing effective. Yeah, I've done it around 30 crafts or so. And I've gone up 3 levels. I would like it to be nice to me and get up to like 85 or something. And I'm just going to use what I have. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they nerfed the shit out of recrafting, didn't they? Oh, I got one. I got 4 levels in like... God, 220 Artisan's Metal and like 120k's worth of Inferious Bolts. 111k or whatever it was. I got 4 levels out of it. Ouch. Well. Doing it so you don't have to. However, look at that. If I use a lesser illustrious insight, I'm actually 2 off. So is it worth buying enough to get 2 more levels? Because then I can technically use these and guarantee tier 3s. I don't know, man. Might be worth. I'm not really going to make my gold back, but... Actually. Oh, there we go. There is enough. There we go. I'd be at 331 using that. I mean, I have like 40 of these on me. That seems worth it to me. I'm pretty sure I still have to use tier 3. Well, let's do it. I have nothing else to spend that shit on anyway. I already have some. So we're gonna do some... We're gonna do some Azurive bolts.
history.
With T3s dropping at this price, like, I know I can do at least like 40. Oh, I don't have that much gold. Let's do like 35 of them. Using all my gold on this character. Let's do it.
Come find your gap.
Gross. I've tanked like 700k today. Makes me sad. Flying's hard. But at these prices, because now, since I have nothing else to use it on anyway, I can use this bad boy. Guarantee T3s. Oh, I didn't buy Tufts of Primal. God darn it. Why isn't anybody paying attention, huh? Yell at me when I miss shit. I'm joking. It's my own damn fault. Alright.
My wares were made with knowledge.
I need... Well, I need at least 35.
Thank you for sharing.
That means I don't need Inspire at all. I'm more better helped with something like Resourcefulness at this point. I've already wasted some points. Honestly, I might even just go Resourcefulness. Or I go more skill so that I can start making my own Chrono Weave. Or Azure Weave, excuse me. But if I did that, not just what I need... I wish it would look it up for T3. I think it's doing it based on Tier 1. I don't know, I have to look at those first before I put in any more points. Okay, wait. Vibrant. I can make Tier 3 Vibrant, right? Let's just make 3 so I can see. Oh, Vibrant Boulder Cloth Bolt. Rip. Oh yeah, no. That's no problem. Okay, so yeah, if I use Tier 2s even, if I use Tier 2s and maxed out the rest of my inspiration over here to here, then I could inspire craft Azure Weave bolts. So I probably want to do that and get that opened up first because that's free gold, right? That is free gold. I should probably do that. So we're gonna do this. That needs to get finished. Okay, so back to where we were. Blue Silken Lining. And I don't have enough fucking Wilder Thread. Excuse my language. I'm mad at myself. I didn't buy enough spools either. I probably need to change my tool stats, to be quite honest. Like, with what I'm currently crafting, I don't need inspiration, and this is an inspiration tool. Because I can guarantee these, so theoretically, I should get myself some more Artisan's Metal. I actually need the 10 skill, so I can't change out the weapon. Actually, I technically could, because I have 6 skill to play with, and I would lose... It is 6 skill this counts with, right? So I could lose 4 skill. So I can technically buy, like, a multi-craft resourcefulness tool and potentially make extra gold. Or I could also do that next week. But apparently they're all like 19K because somebody's changed the market. Oh, never mind. Oh, here's one with multi-craft right here for 1,500. Let's buy that. I'll do it. It's probably kind of a waste, but I don't have one crafted yet, so... Damn it, is it missive? What the hell is it called? And what's the... No, tool. I'm not gonna buy it. Oh, damn, tier 3s are fucking... Jeez, God, I keep cussing. Sorry, excuse my language. They're super, super duper cheap. But this is a really crappy item. Do I want to spend 3K for tier 2 resourcefulness? Ugh, whatever, let's do it. It's a whopping 3K, who cares, right? So let's go ahead and enchant that bad boy. Multi-craft, resourcefulness, woo! Now, good news is we can see the difference in looking at... Oh, I need to buy the spools again, too. And I only have 35 of that. Okay. Alright, alright, alright.
Our flight has much to offer. Go in wisdom.
Yeah, exactly. Multi-craft would be huge, so because of that, obviously I want to get one crafted, like a legit one crafted for multi-craft resourcefulness and slam some big enchants on it. It's obviously what I need to do, but I can't do that until probably next week or longer. However, if I go like this, you can see the price, but if I go to top profit, that should definitely change. Look at that drastic increase. Because I'm going to go from 4% multi-craft to 11% just because of this. Imagine having a tier 3 tool. Imagine having more resourcefulness. Like if you're actually getting bolts back, it's practically free. So, yeah. And would any of this help? Increase the reagent save from resourcefulness? I mean, once you got a resourcefulness up, that would be pretty fat too. But, oh, I still didn't buy enough, did I? Anyway, let's go ahead and craft what I have here. And take a look at some procs. Ooh, yay, saved a couple of those. Ooh, look at that multi-craft for 3. That just printed gold. Oh, saved Azure Weave. And then now I would need more of those, right? And then those can be made. But that's the problem, is I gotta make... I'm using Illustrious Insight to do it. But you can do this 5 times. So if you don't need the metal for anything... Which I know I'm probably wasting here, okay? Don't yell at me. But I really like the idea of just guaranteeing some T3s. I'm praying you get some multi-craft going. Look at that, another multi-craft times 3. Nice. I mean, that honestly, that well made back our gold. Because I remember we were at like 180, and then I spent like 111 on just like doing a little bit of leveling to make this and to do that. And now these are at a profit of like 200k, so I'm technically gonna make back all the gold, so nice.
Do you seek knowledge?
This is one of those things that I think I would sit here and like force sell like this, right? Like, am I really gonna put 40 of these up for sale? I probably didn't need to make 40. I sell one and repost is what I think I would do. And just make sure that I'm the top dog on selling these. But here is... I think a lot of people... I know my buddy will be really upset with me about blowing through my artisan's metal like that. But if I have all the tools I really want, if I'm not pushing anything specifically, I can use my artisan metal if I want to. So with my current stocks, I would only be able to do this a little bit each week. But I could still get a whole bunch of guaranteed profit, right? And have a chance at even extra through multicraft. We had at least multiple with 3 times. Think about it if I didn't blow all of that. If I didn't blow all that artisan's metal on recrafting. Think about how much more we could have had.
Come see me again.
So that kind of sucks, but is what it is. And this character, once it hits here, is going to be able to print T3 Azure bolts as well. So
My wares were made with
all is not
knowledge.
lost. And, God, I wish I could open the... Oh, I can't open it at the same time. Once, like, next week comes around, and I technically can go get a couple points if I really want to. Oh, I think one sold. And one sell? Yes, one sold. Yeah. Put another one up. Once next week comes around and I can start getting resourcefulness. Oops, this one. Just having a chance to get some stuff back, man. Like, if you're saving and getting bolts back, that is like the entire amount of what it costs to make the item. Like, that would be gigantic. So that's another small thing that can be done. At the same time, though, I could be pushing into multi-craft, which I probably want to. Because then I can be multi-crafting T3 bolts. So this is probably... Well, this needs to get finished. Because I can't hit T3 without it. And I think we sold another one? Maybe? So I need this so I can make T3 bolts. And then I can be pushing weaving so that I can make more T3 bolts. And then I can go resourcefulness to make this even better. I can be making T3 bolts every single week for profit. Or, well, actually, I'd probably make T3 bolts and then flip them back into this, and then sell my extra T3 bolts on top of the blue silken lining back to the auction house. Yeah, it's all coming together. Really sad I wasted all those metal doing the re-rolling, but I guess I technically needed like those 4 levels though to... I needed a few of them at least. The big thing was I also bought this one here, the tailoring vestments. I was able to get that today. I mean, that was 10 skill points on top of I went up 7 skill. I went up 7 skill on top of getting this as well. And you know what? If I was able to get these last 16 points, there's a chance I could at least use like 1 tier 2 rather than tier 3. Which again would just lower the cost, make it that much more profitable.
Maybe if we took a moment long enough to realize how alike we are, that not everything is broken, 'cause you know me better than anyone by far.
Problem is, these just aren't going to sell that quickly right now. We're going to sit here and push a few of them. Yeah, exactly. And especially, okay, so you said a good thing there, Joseph, that I want to discuss is pay attention to when like new sparks become available. That's why last week was not like this week that we're in, but the week before was so good, is because a new spark became available. So things like fangs and other stuff were flying off the shelves. This last week, I would argue, wasn't that good. Why is that? No new spark. No new spark. People aren't really going out to try to get, because that's what this is. This applies an embellishment, right? So people aren't going out and crafting new things, potentially. This has a higher chance to be more valuable when sparks become available. This next week, I think, is the 4th spark, I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it is. But that means people are going to be crafting. And if people are going to be crafting, things like this become at least more worthwhile. I do expect that this Tuesday might be big for me, with fangs and toxic patches and blue silken lining and anything that is used for an embellishment. Could be very profitable again. It would be my suggestion to pay attention to that stuff on Tuesday, yes. Because that's exactly what I plan on doing. It's kind of like why I bought a whole bunch of airs, and I might be sitting on them for a week or so, because I expect the prices will go back up. Especially if we can go like a week without that damn world quest. Prices rise, fixing or something come Tuesday on something like that, so I can then flip and just make gold. Shouldn't have any stream issues, but maybe I am having some stream issues right now. Hopefully not. Hopefully you guys are okay. I think it stabilized itself. Okay. Anyway, that's definitely a plan of mine. No, it wasn't you. I think it's okay now. I don't know, like the it was yelling at me that it was having a bitrate issue there for a minute. I don't know why. I don't know. This stream will end shortly unless you restart it in your stream software. I think my stream's gonna be restarting. I don't know what's going on. I'm not seeing any issues though. It's weird. No data? I don't know what's going on with it. It still shows that it's up. It's just poor quality at the moment for some reason. Weird. I mean, I only have like an hour. I don't like it when there's issues. I think there's just a bit of a hiccup in my network for whatever reason. I don't know, it shows that it's still working. It's just working like crap for some reason. Oh, nope, now it's yelling at me again. Cool. Well, for anybody who does hear me, if for some reason I lose you, then I lose you, and I'll just have to go about my day. We got my daughter's birthday party today, and I'm gonna go do that with the family. Just randomly keeps dropping frames, but I'm not picking up an actual issue other than just drop frames. So, I mean, that could be my own network. Weird. Thanks, Joseph. I appreciate it. I wanted to ask people, hopefully you can hear me still. I wanted to ask people like what kind of video they wanted. I was probably going to make a video for Sunday. I have two ideas in mind. One is about like the add-ons I use and why, you know, whether it's helpful to gold making or otherwise, of just like what I'm using and why. And then the other thing I was potentially going to make a video about was just like my current setups. Wormhole generator. You know, tune, this is what's not, this is what I'm building towards, and then just kind of talk about each, because like I have 3 tailors, 4 enchanters, 3 jewel crafters, only 1 leather worker, 1 engineer. Yeah, like the list goes on, and they're all doing different. Technically, I was thinking about doing something like that, and then a penguin came out with a video doing the exact same thing, and I was like, damn it, that's what I was gonna make a video on. So I feel like I have to wait now, because it looks like I'm stealing your idea. I was totally thinking about doing it too, I just didn't get on it quick enough. But that is something I was considering making a video about. Well, the stream is really acting up, isn't it? It's being a jerk. It's annoying. I'll have to fuss with it or something. It's just like randomly dropping frames. Huh. I don't even think anybody can hear me anymore. It's being a jerk. Alright, guys. Whoever can hear me, I look forward to chilling with you again. I don't know what's going on. It's constantly dropping frames. It'll come back briefly, and then it has a heart attack. So I'm just going to go and chill and go hang out with the family. I will see you guys all later. Hopefully you got something from this. Check out my most recent video. But anyway, hopefully I'll get out a video either about my add-ons or maybe about kind of like my current setups and what I'm doing and why. And other than that, I will see you guys all later. Thanks for hanging